Shang-Chi 2 was certified not long after the blockbuster of the first movie, and currently star Simu Liu provides an update on largely due MCU conclusion. Released last time, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, with a hit following the critics' ditto tagging the first appearance of Liu's icon. The movie follows Shang-Chi as he confronts the black basics of his history after getting meshed in the exercise of the Ten Rings' illegal society. According to The Hollywood Journalist, the manager of the premiere film, Destin Daniel Cretton, has autographed an across-the-board deal with Marvel Studios and Hulu's Onyx Common, which will let him replace Shang-Chi 2 as freely as evolve a blueprint for Disney. Destin is a surprising collaborator who got a special outlook and cleverness to Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings, spoke Kevin Feige, the moderator of Marvel Studios. We enjoyed an unreal moment, cracking concurrently on the film, and he has such multiplex absorbing ideals for narratives to get to a biography on Disney, so we're thrilled to amplify our connection with him and can't wait to pick up jumps. What Shang-Chi 2 could be about? As for what a result would sound like, Liu spoke already this era. He thinks the eponymous icon will progress and a snippet of an experience with his newfound authority. I allow exactly what Sean decides to serve with all this newfound authority. You suffer? Liu has spoken that he would want to research what his icon does with his newfound authorities. I am praying as to how someone much immature, broadly moreover unskilled, will get along against the rings. Precisely the classic of all of an unexpectedly existing favored individual that is therefore heavy but similarly hence threatening. He subjoined exactly this model of all of an unexpectedly existing favored existence that is hence strong but similarly therefore threatening. And either the different significant problem is, you feel, in what drag does Sean be fit in with the rest of the MCU? Who are you traversing to experience? What genre of fantastic company up? What kind of band credits? Easter eggs? I am exactly as important in the black and everyone differently. Accordingly, I befit not feel anything, but I am overactive to pitch into that procedure. Well, what are we in the shop for when we feel Shang-Chi a go in the bigger picture? Flashback that this is the MCU where its main short story at the current time is enough literally trading with the model of endless worlds. Accordingly, anything and everything could make over between today and the coming MCU drop you suffer. But let's look at the post-credits backgrounds for Shang-Chi, roasted that there is an individual of a chasing lamp buried within the Ten Rings themselves, so the effect could succeed Shang-Chi as he finds out where it's coming from. An effort could succeed a felonious architect Xialing as she butts heads with her family, but over this is a purified enterprise and now a portion. Neither Liu nor Awkwafina has verified anything about future projects. The post-credit scenes roast both a future for Shang-Chi and Katie, with the wide punishers as easily as regards into Xialing's eventuality. Whatever happens, we know that there are a lot of ideas floating around. Marvel's Kevin Feige said, "We clearly have numerous ideas of where to take them and where to put them. What is so delightful, we know the movie's working when it's not just the title character that people ask about, but it's the co-stars or the supporting players that people ask about. And in this movie in particular, that is heartening because we suppose they are spectacular and we suppose they've great eventuality in the future." Meanwhile, we saw Shang-Chi's family, Xialing, take the throne of the Ten Rings Association, so there will probably be some trouble she will have to take down. Although little is officially known about the effect on Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Destin Daniel Cretton, who directed the first film, has been confirmed to return. Outside of Liu and Cretton's involvement, multiple problems stick around about the picture, but the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings post-credit background may supply a hint about what is to advance. The little setting sees Liu's Shang-Chi and Awkwafina's Katie get together with Wong, Benedict Wong, Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, and Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo, about the root of the Ten Rings. The background does not hatch up anything precise, but does roast the Shang-Chi will interact with different MCU idols removing ahead. Still, we visualize the narrative would likely traffic with Shang-Chi's sibling Xialing, Meng'er Zhang, if we were pressured to. Xialing existed, assumed to exist, closing down her father's sinful terrorist organization, but it seems like she's co-opted the Ten Rings for her own wrong limits. As it's a Marvel picture, we can doubtless assume that Shang-Chi will exist roared to collect the following moment the Earth's hovered by some heavenly high-flown gent with an exit need and a complex love. Who knows, probably Katie will border Shang-Chi on the Avengers as freely. Awkwafina described to us she supposed it exist unsociable if that came about, although she couldn't support anything. Since Liu's idol will evidently recreate a significant position in Avengers, the Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars, it would form sensation for a conclusion to Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings to accent Shang-Chi learning to feel different substitute and being MCU superheroes so that their dynamic is better demonstrated for the major gang-up pictures to advance. As for precise design junctures for Shang-Chi 2, the intro of Talo in the earliest film provides some charged capabilities for development. The Townley exists in what's understood as a bankroll measurement, which could guide the development and also totally research the Chinese god dimensions and the civilization, politics, and people within them. Talo-like houses the 5 batches of blessed protections, of which the 10 rings are a portion, the introduction of which could significantly up the claims of Shang-Chi 2. While the chronology for Shang-Chi 2 could do any composition of directors, it's sensible to assume that Awkwafina's Katie will also relieve in some quantity, with the chemistry between the two icons being a highlight of the original Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. We surely order many models of where to hold them and where to deposit them. What's more, we perceive the pictures working when it's not exactly the handle icon that people examine around, but it's the co-stars of the supporting musicians that people interrogate around. But as of the premiere cast, the matchless element, who's not probable to restore the Wenwu Leung incompletely because he broke down and halfway because his arc was gone by the picture's conclusion. Yes, we feel recollections breathe, but we can't feel the advantage of getting him gone at this point. A rumored report from the Marvel Studios spoilers Reddit Express remarked that Marvel Studios is eyeing a February 14th, 2025 release assignment for the result of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This would load in the release assignment set apart for an unidentified Marvel movie on Disney's current dramatic program. This would also be the workplace's first picture of that time, coming in between November 2024's Fantastic Four and May 2025's Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. To stick this gossip into the standpoint, addicts are well aware of how constantly Marvel Studios changes its release assignments, truly without the universal epidemic from the formerly 2 spans in play. Only within the formerly few days, Marvel modified one of its coming opening assignments from February 16, 2024 to September 6, 2024, with multiplex commissioning that this is to hatch up Deadpool 3 for its lengthy expected debut. Particularly with this release engagement being around 2.5 times out, the chances are enough indeed for Shang-Chi 2 to take that engagement or not, especially with how well the original Shang-Chi did in its September 2021 release. The only other February release in MCU history has been 2018's Black Cougar, which grossed well over $1.3 billion, and Shang-Chi 2 could surely reach those same numbers with the box office trends approaching normality.